Can a team be too smart for its own good? The Denver Nuggets 2026 squad might be the most carefully crafted and most dangerous team in the NBA right now. They're not just winning games, they're rewriting how teams are built around one superstar. Let's break down why this roster is anything but normal. Have you ever wondered what it takes to build a team around a player like Nikola Jokic? The answer is simple. It takes a complete rethinking of how basketball is played. Jokic isn't the kind of superstar who demands the spotlight or chases big stat lines. Instead, he's the kind of player who makes everyone around him better. He passes like no big man before him, which is why he's widely regarded as the best passing big man in NBA history. His court vision allows him to find open teammates in ways that seem almost impossible. And he doesn't care if he's the one scoring or not. He cares about winning. Unlike other stars who chase personal accolades, Jokic is all about the team's success. He plays unselfishly, always looking to create opportunities for others. He doesn't force plays or hunt for highlight reels. Instead, he trusts his teammates, knowing that if they make the right reads, the ball will find them at the perfect moment. But building a team around Jokic isn't easy. It requires players who move without the ball, who understand spacing, and who can read defenses as fluidly as he reads the court. You need shooters who don't just stand in corners waiting for passes, but who cut, screen, and move into position without needing constant direction. That's exactly what Denver's front office has been doing. They're crafting a roster where every player's strengths complement Jokic's unique style. Take Cam Johnson, for example. His elite shooting and off-ball movement create space for Jokic's passes. Or Bruce Brown, who provides defensive versatility and cuts at the right times to keep defenses guessing. Even the veteran additions, like Tim Hardaway Jr. and Jonas Valanciunas, are more than role players. They fit into Jokic's system perfectly, helping the team execute in critical moments. This is why opponents struggle to defend the Nuggets. It's not just about one player, it's about how every piece of the puzzle works together. The Nuggets don't just play basketball, they orchestrate it. And that's what makes this team's approach anything but normal. With a player like Jokic at the center, every move around him has to be precise. But for years, one piece didn't quite fit: the presence of Michael Porter Jr. On paper, he was supposed to be Denver's third star. Averaging 18 points per game, Porter Jr. had the scoring ability to complement Jokic and Jamal Murray. Many believed he would be the next superstar wing, capable of spacing the floor and hitting shots with ease. So what went wrong? The truth is, Porter's playing style didn't match what Jokic needed. Instead of cutting, screening, and moving off the ball, he often stood idle in the corner, waiting for a pass, rather than actively creating space. His three-point shooting, which should have been a strength, dropped off at critical playoff moments. Worse, his availability became a major concern, missing 187 games over 6 seasons. He spent more than 2 full years sidelined. But the biggest problem? His contract. Locked into a deal that paid him $78 million over 2 seasons, Porter was more than just a mismatch. He was a financial burden. That kind of commitment restricted the team's ability to pursue better-fitting players and forced them into uncomfortable compromises. It was a financial prison, limiting the Nuggets' ability to build around Jokic's strengths. So, what did Denver do? They made the bold move to trade Porter for Cam Johnson, arguably the most coveted wing available. Johnson brings elite three-point shooting, career averages over 39% from deep and over 41% in the playoffs, and perhaps more importantly, the ability to move off the ball. He's a high IQ player who cuts, screens, and spaces the floor in perfect harmony with Jokic's style. Know what's the result? A staggering $36 million was saved over 3 years. That's money the Nuggets used to re-sign defensive anchor Bruce Brown and bring in veterans like Jonas Valanciunas and Tim Hardaway Jr., giving them unmatched financial flexibility and a roster tailor-made to dominate. Isn't that the kind of smart basketball you want your team to play? Trading Michael Porter Jr. opened the door, but the Nuggets needed the right piece to step into that space. And Cam Johnson was exactly what they needed. Johnson isn't just another shooter. He's a player with a high basketball IQ, one who knows when to cut, where to space the floor, and how to move without the ball to create open looks. His career three-point shooting sits at an impressive 39.2%, And in the playoffs, when the pressure is highest, he's even sharper, knocking down 41% from deep. That's the kind of reliability Denver needed around Jokic, especially in crunch time. But it's not about the shots. Johnson's contract is a game changer. At $20 million per year, it's a fraction of what Denver was paying Porter Jr., saving them around $36 million over 3 years. That extra financial space isn't just a bonus, it's a strategic weapon. It allows the Nuggets to remain under the luxury tax, build depth, and add players who fit their system. So, is this trade about stacking star power, or is it about building a smarter, more sustainable team? The answer is clear. By acquiring Cam Johnson, Denver didn't just fill a hole. They reshaped their roster with precision, ensuring that every player not only complements Jokic, but strengthens the team's structure in ways stats alone can't explain. This isn't just a bigger roster, it's a smarter one. With Cam Johnson's arrival, the Nuggets plugged one crucial gap, but defense and depth still needed attention. That's where bringing back Bruce Brown came in, returning to Denver after a stint with Indiana, a move that many might overlook. But it's exactly what this team required to stay balanced. Brown isn't another role player. In the 2023 NBA Finals, he proved why he's one of the most clutch defenders in the league. In Game 4, with the series on the line, he scored 11 points in the final 5 minutes, helping Denver take a 3-1 lead and eventually capture the championship. He's a player who shows up when it matters most. Beyond his clutch moments, Brown's defensive versatility is unmatched. Standing slightly shorter than some wings, he's still capable of guarding positions 1 through 5. Whether it's defending quick guards or battling bigger forwards in the paint, he brings a disruptive energy that opponents struggle to counter. But it's not only about stopping others, he helps the offense too. Off the bench, he averaged 12 points per game during Denver's championship run, when the team's entire bench contributed only 14.8 points in the playoffs. He's a scorer when the starters rest and a defensive spark plug when the game intensifies. Why was his return so critical? The Nuggets' bench depth needed reinforcement, especially on defense. Brown's presence strengthens their second unit, allowing the team to stay aggressive and composed even when Jokic and Murray are off the floor. So how do you keep a title contender hungry and sharp throughout a season? By bringing back a player like Bruce Brown, a defensive glue, scorer, and trusted teammate who energizes the entire roster. With Cam Johnson fitting seamlessly into the rotation and Bruce Brown locking down the bench, the Nuggets' strategy goes far beyond individual moves. It's all part of a carefully crafted financial blueprint designed to keep the team competitive for years to come. Trading Michael Porter Jr. wasn't just about replacing a player, it was about freeing up space to build a smarter roster. By shedding his $78 million contract, Denver saved around $36 million over 3 years, keeping them comfortably under the luxury tax threshold. That's not a small win. It's the difference between being forced into costly penalties or having the freedom to add complementary pieces when needed. This newfound flexibility allowed them to sign veterans like Tim Hardaway Jr. and Jonas Valanciunas on short-term deals, solving two critical problems at once. Hardaway Jr., a reliable three-point shooter with a career average of 36%, adds depth without breaking the bank. Valanciunas, a veteran center, gives the bench a legitimate presence inside, averaging 10 points and 7 rebounds in limited minutes last season. By prioritizing role players who perfectly fit their system rather than chasing expensive stars, the Nuggets ensure that every dollar spent strengthens the team's core rather than bloating their payroll. This approach directly supports Nikola Jokic's style of play, surrounding him with players who move, cut, and defend without requiring the ball. So how do you turn a title contender into a long-term powerhouse? The Nuggets' answer is clear. Their roster construction isn't accidental. It's intentional, sustainable, and built to extend Jokic's prime. By balancing cap space, veteran savvy, and smart role fits, Denver has set itself up not just for one championship run, but for many years of title contention. This isn't just a team that's good now, it's a blueprint for staying great. With the financial pieces falling into place, the Nuggets aren't just preparing for this season, they're planning for years down the road. At the heart of it all is the core that will lead the charge. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and Aaron Gordon, all locked into long-term deals through 2029. That stability is rare in today's NBA, where many teams scramble every offseason to fill gaps or replace broken promises. These aren't just players on paper. Jokic is a 2-time MVP and the best passing big man in league history. Murray has proven time and again, that he can score and deliver in high-pressure moments, especially in the playoffs. Gordon, though not always in the spotlight, is a reliable scorer and veteran presence who helps keep the team grounded during tough stretches. By securing these stars for the long haul and adding role players like Cam Johnson, Bruce Brown, and veterans on smart contracts, the Nuggets are building more than a team. They're crafting a system. While other franchises patch holes with short-term fixes, Denver is constructing a dynasty, focusing on continuity, chemistry, and long-term success. Isn't it something to see a team that isn't chasing quick fixes, but instead planning for dominance over the next 5 years? This isn't just about winning now, it's about staying at the top. With a core locked in place and a bench that complements rather than complicates, the Nuggets are setting the gold standard for what a sustainable championship window looks like. They're not just contenders, they're architects of a dynasty that could define the next era of the NBA. With the championship window secured by Jokic, Murray, and Gordon, it's easy to overlook how much the Nuggets supporting cast fuels their success. But every player on this roster has a purpose, and that purpose ties back to spacing, movement, or defense. Take Christian Braun, for example. He's an emerging role player who's still developing, but already contributes energy and hustle when called upon. Kessler Edwards and Hunter Tyson are younger assets, learning the system while providing athleticism and depth for rotations. Darren Holmes II brings high-effort plays that keep opponents on their toes. Cam Johnson, as we've already seen, is the elite shooter and perfect movement partner for Jokic's passing genius. Spencer Jones add youthful depth at the guard spot, ready to fill minutes and maintain tempo when starters rest. Zeke Naji offers versatility as a forward who can space the floor while being a reliable rebounder. Jalen Pickett and Julian Strother serve as bench scorers, providing firepower off the bench that sparks runs during crunch time. Jonas Valanciunas is the veteran backup center who brings toughness and experience, while Tim Hardaway Jr.'s sharp shooting solves spacing issues that can otherwise clog the floor. Peyton Watson rounds it out with athleticism, providing energy plays that shift momentum in Denver's favor. Isn't it fascinating how even the smallest role players are carefully chosen, not just for stats, but for how they fit into the system? While many teams boast star-studded lineups, they often struggle because the pieces don't fit. Some stack talent but lack chemistry, while others overload on skill and create spacing issues. That's where Denver's approach stands out. Every player on this roster has a clear role tailored to Nikola Jokic's unique playing style, one that thrives on movement, spacing, and selfless passing. It's not about flashy names or highlight plays. It's about crafting a system where every player enhances the team's long-term success. Look at other teams like Oklahoma City with Jalen Williams, Houston adding Kevin Durant, or Minnesota's rising star Anthony Edwards. On paper, they look exciting, but they're still figuring out how to blend their pieces. Their success depends on how quickly those players mesh or whether they clash. Denver isn't chasing short-term fixes or hoping for chemistry to happen by chance. Every acquisition, from Cam Johnson's elite shooting to Bruce Brown's versatile defense, is part of a calculated blueprint designed to extend their championship window. Isn't it impressive how a thoughtful strategy can be more dangerous than raw talent? This isn't just another good team. It's a system built for sustained excellence, designed to dominate for years. That's what makes this Nuggets squad not normal. So what makes Adelman's 2026 Denver Nuggets so special? It all starts with Nikola Jokic, an unselfish superstar who makes everyone around him better and doesn't chase stats or personal glory. Every move the team has made, from trading Michael Porter Jr. to acquiring Cam Johnson and re-signing Bruce Brown, is carefully crafted to fit his unique play style. Know what's the result? A team that's not just talented, but perfectly built for spacing, movement, and defense. On top of that, their financial strategy gives them unmatched flexibility. By staying under the luxury tax and using smart veteran signings like Tim Hardaway Jr. and Jonas Valanciunas, they've solved depth issues without overspending. And with Jokic, Jamal Murray, and Aaron Gordon locked in through 2029, this isn't a short-term gamble, it's a long-term plan. Isn't it amazing how deliberate planning can turn a team into a powerhouse? Adelman's Nuggets aren't just another playoff contender, they're proof that building the right way, around the right player, with the right mindset can change the game. This isn't normal, it's a masterclass in how to build a dynasty.